Okay, so we recently posted a video on the mortgage market rates and the Fed funds rate and how they're correlated, how they're not, and what happens in the markets. Now, want to back up and show exactly what's happening in the markets right now. So the Fed wrapped up their meeting in Jackson Hole. This is last week, and Fed Chairman Powell said that the slowdown in job growth was much larger than previously believed just a month ago. And clearly this is giving a nod to the big revisions that were made and the employment market itself. So he also said that there's a lot of downside risk to employment as rising and those risks materializing. So this could be in the form of sharp, higher layoffs in the future and rising unemployment. Not great news for the economy, but this is where mortgage rates actually come down as unemployment goes up. Next is going to be on inflation and tariffs, where he made the comments on tariffs being a one-time price increase and not a long-term inflation reading or an inflation impact from the tariffs themselves. Now, he noted that growth in the economy is notably slower as well. So when we add all of these things together with his comments, the bottom line, their current policy in that restrictive territory is warranting a adjustment on their policy stance moving forward. So this nods to rate cuts in the future, the September meeting coming up and meetings throughout the rest of the year. So when we talk about the mortgage market, the mortgage market is very fluid. So we are pricing in the expectation for Fed rate cuts ahead of the actual cuts themselves. Exactly what we talked about, what we showed in the graphs previously. And this is where we are seeing better interest rates in the market now ahead of the actual Fed rate cuts themselves. So what I want to talk about in the future is going to be the opportunity in the market right now versus more buyers, more competition in the market as the Fed actually starts cutting rates. That's when it hits the news, the media. It is going to be all over the place. So stay tuned, let's talk about that, but wanted to get you an update on exactly what is happening in the market in today's market.